Hi, it is Kitty Blue. It is January the 19th, and I just received a few Delilah Noir dolls in the mail yesterday, and I wanted to do kind of a comparison with Delilah Noir, which is an American ball jointed doll company, and some of the Asian ball jointed dolls that I have that are made out of resin, which are going to be Resinsoul, Garden of Doll, Bobobie, Angel of Dream, Mini Dolphie Dream, and Dollzone. So first, I will give you a warning that there is going to be some doll nudity, so I apologize for that. If that offends you or anything like that, I was just not watching the video, but this is the best way to kind of show the comparison between the two bodies because they are much different than regular Asian ball jointed dolls. American ball jointed dolls are much different. So we're going to start off with Delilah Noir. Now, I just found out today, just from the dolls that I received, that Delilah Noir is they actually have two different type of body types. One is thinner than the other. So this is Lady Onyx that I just got today. She is thinner than the other one that I got, which is the Once Bitten Twice Shy. I can only tell you the measurements, or the measurements that I'm going to be doing is the dolls that I have. I can't tell you what other Delilah Noir dolls might have this body type. I can only tell you which body types that I've had, that I have now, and that I had in the past. So for the Lady Onyx, her measurements, and this is all going to be in centimeters. Her measurements are going to be, her bust is going to be 16 centimeters. Her waist is going to be 11. Her hips are going to be 16.5. Across her back here is going to be 6. Her feet are going to be the same size as the other Delilah Noir dolls, which is 4.5 in length and 1.2 in the width across. And she's approximately 40 centimeters tall. Now the other Delilah Noir doll that I have, which is Once Bitten Twice Shy, this I do know that this is the same body that comes with the Pretty in Pink. It is also the same body for the Class Act, I believe it's called. And this one, which again I said is Once Bitten Twice Shy. So on her measurements, they're a little bit bigger. You can see that, you know, she looks a little bit wider here and a little bit wider in the hips. Her bust is going to be 16.2 centimeters. Her waist is 11.5, so it's about 0.5 centimeters bigger. Her hips are going to be 18.5, which actually is 2 centimeters bigger. Across her back here is 6.2, and her feet, like I said, the length is 4.5, and across is going to be 1.2, and her height is the same at 40 centimeters. So those are the two Delilah Noir dolls. Now we're going to move on to the resin dolls, or Asian ball jointed dolls that I have. What some of the main difference is between Delilah Noir and my resin dolls is that Delilah Noir is made out of a hard vinyl plastic. They're only partly strung. I'm pretty sure this is for her too. Yeah, they're only partly strung. They're strung in the torso, which only attaches to the tops of each leg and the top of each arm. They do have a head cap that comes off. You can change their eyes, and obviously you see that she is bald. She can wear wigs, just like the Asian style ball jointed dolls. The rest of her body is kind of a hinge, almost like Barbie, and the range of motion isn't as great as some of the Asian ball jointed dolls. So let's get started with those. My first resin doll up is going to be a Resinsoul. This is the Resinsoul single jointed body. And I'm just going to use this one as comparison, since I think this is most of the types that the Delilah Noir are using. But those are a side-by-side view. Now the measurements for the Resinsoul single jointed body is going to be 16 centimeters for the bust. It's only slightly smaller, 0.2 smaller. The waist is 11.5, which is the exact same as Delilah. The hips are 17 centimeters, which is a little bit smaller than Delilah. The back across here is only going to be 5.5. Her feet are bigger, but still small for most MSD size Asian ball jointed dolls. Resinsoul feet are 5.2 length and 2.2 across. And her height is about approximately 42 centimeters tall. So the next doll that we have is going to be our Garden of Doll, Nabia. And our Delilah Noir together. Okay, so measurements for the Garden of Doll. If my computer stops blinking, her bust is going to be, I'm just going to put her down because she's causing my computer to blink. Her bust is going to be, for Garden of Doll, is 17 centimeters. Her waist is 13.2. Her hips are 18. Across the back is slim like the single jointed Resinsoul at 5.2. Her feet are going to be the same at 5.2 length and 2.2 width, and she's approximately 41 centimeters tall. Garden of Doll actually has their dolls casted by Bobobie, which is why they're similar to the Resinsoul dolls, because Resinsoul dolls are actually cast by Bobobie as well. So that is the Garden of Doll in her measurements. Next we're going to have another Resinsoul doll. This is the Resinsoul doll on the double jointed body, which if you saw my comparison videos, they have an extra knee joint here and everything, and an elbow joint. She has a mature bust. And let's see if I can do a side by side real quick. Side by side. And we'll do the measurements. So on her, the bust across for the double jointed Resinsoul is going to be 15.2, which is 1 centimeter smaller than Delilah. Her waist is 12. Her hips are 18.2, so those are close. Her back, across the back, is going to be the same as a single jointed and the Garden of Doll, which is about 5.2 to 5.5. And her feet are going to be the same as those as well at 5.2 length and 2.2 across. She is approximately 43 centimeters tall. And next we have the Resinsoul double jointed mature bust. And we'll do a side by side with Delilah Noir here. And the double jointed Resinsoul with the mature bust here is going to be, her measurements are 16.2, which is the same measurements as Delilah, but she is not as wide across. She's more wide this direction. So her waist is going to be 12 centimeters tall. I'm sorry, 12 centimeters around. Her hips are going to be 18.2. Her back is going to be the same. It's going to be 5.2 across here. Her feet are the same at 5.2. And the width is 2.2. And she is approximately 43 centimeters as well. The only difference with her and the immature bust is the actual bust. The body itself is the same, just like on the hoofed doll that they have as well. The next one we have is Bobobie. This is a Bobobie doll. She has a mature bust. My computer doesn't like white dolls, I guess. I have no idea. It keeps blinking. So that's them together. So the measurements for Bobobie, and I'm just going to set her down, maybe get my computer to stop blinking. The measurements for Bobobie, her bust is going to be 19 centimeters. Her waist is 14. Her hips are 18. Her back across is 6, which is close to Delilah Noir at 6.2. And her foot is a little bit larger than the Resinsoul. It is 5.4 in length and 2.2 across. And she's approximately 43 centimeters tall as well. Actually, she's closer, I think, to 42 centimeters tall. So her measurements are not as bad, you know, they're farther off with the Delilah Noir doll than what the single jointed Resinsoul is. So that is the Bobobie. Next, which I'm going to have probably problems with my computer again. This is an Angel of Dream doll. She is a mature bust. And her measurements compared to Delilah are going to be, her bust is 18.8, so that's quite a bit larger than 6.2 of Delilah. Her waist is 13.2, where 13, where Delilah is 11.5. Her hips are actually comparable to Delilah at 18.3. And her back across is going to be approximately almost 6 centimeters, which is similar to Delilah. Her feet are pretty much the typical size of MSD feet. Resinsouls are kind of small for MSD feet, but her feet are about 5.5, but they're this pretty much almost the same width across at like about 2.3 centimeters. And this one is approximately 44.5 centimeters tall. If I might be able to get a quick side-by-side comparison, you can see the size difference, the height difference there. Okay, I have a, this is an old Dollzone body. I'm not sure whether or not they still have this body or if it's similar to the Dollzone bodies that they have now, but this is a Dollzone. Her measurements are going to be, her bust is 17.6 centimeters. Her waist is 13.2. Her hips are 17 centimeters. Across her back are approximately 5.5 centimeters. And her feet are 5 centimeters long and 2 centimeters across. Which actually, I'm not sure if I did that measurement right. They're actually compared to the Resinsoul, so they're actually probably about 5.2. And she's approximately 44 centimeters tall. So let's do a side-by-side next to Delilah. You can see the difference. You can see the difference in height as well. And last we have a vinyl doll. This is a mini Dolphie Dream. And like I said, she is made out of vinyl, but she is not strung with any type of elastic. She has an internal skeletal system. And these pieces actually pop out and things like that, which you'll see in my next video. So the measurements for her are going to be, her bust is 16 centimeters, which is very comparable to Delilah. Her waist is 13.2. Her hips are 18.3, which are very close to Delilah at 18.5. So it's about 2.2 centimeters difference. Her feet are kind of short, but they're kind of fat. They're like 5 centimeters and then 2 centimeters across. And she is approximately, 2.2 centimeters across. She is approximately 41, 42 centimeters tall. And next, Delilah's comparison. She's a little bit taller than Delilah, and she is definitely thicker. So there's the comparison with that. So now that I have compared all of those dolls together, you're probably wondering whether or not clothes fit. So I will be getting into that in my next video, showing you the different styles of clothing and what will fit and what will not fit on each doll that I have shown in this video. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned until the next one. Bye.